When the DCEU launched in 2013 with Man of Steel, it became apparent over time that the core of the DCEU would be controlled by the visions of Zack Snyder, David S. Goyer, and later Chris Terrio. But then, as production began on Justice League, the first in a planned trilogy of films, Warner Brothers got less and less confident in Zack Snyder. In early-ish 2017, as post-production was happening and Snyder was preparing for reshoots, which would be written by Joss Whedon, Zack Snyder had to step down from the film to mourn the death of his daughter. In response to this, Warner Brothers replaced Snyder with Joss Whedon, and Whedon's competing vision for the movie, as well as Warner Brothers' own demands, led to the movie ending up as a Frankensteinian mess that was essentially a weak skeleton of the original movie. Fans were disappointed by Justice League, and over time fans started clamoring for Warner Brothers to finish the post-production on Zack Snyder's version of the film and release it. In this past summer, it was announced that this would in fact happen, and Zack Snyder's version would be released as a 4-part miniseries on HBOMax sometime next year. Now, fans like to think the main reason behind this decision was because they had clamored for it for such a long time, and Warner Brothers finally realized that they were right, and Zack Snyder was a genius, and his vision should be shared, but this isn't quite right. While fan support was certainly a reason why we're getting the Snyder Cut, and without it the Snyder Cut definitely wouldn't be happening, I don't think they would be doing it now and doing it in the way that they're doing it if not for a couple other reasons. One reason, though it's kind of a small one, is because it would be record-breaking. Last year, The Mandalorian set the world record for the most expensive TV show ever produced, costing about $100 million for the first season. But the Snyder Cut will blow that out of the water. Sure, the reshoots and post-production will only cost $70 million, though that's nothing to sneeze at, but combine that with the cost of the original movie. Zack Snyder's original filming cost $275 million, making the budget of the Snyder Cut technically $345 million. And Warner Brothers could even make a case that the Whedon reshoot should be counted as well, which would push the budget up to $370 million. That blows Mandalorian out of the water in terms of budget for one season. Even if we make the terms as strict as possible and say that only the $70 million counts, that's $70 million for 4 episodes of television, while The Mandalorian cost $100 million for 8 episodes. So the Snyder Cut cost $17.5 million an episode at absolute lowest, and The Mandalorian costs $12.5 million an episode. So advertising the Snyder Cut as the most expensive TV show of all time will certainly help the show and HBOMax. But that's just one reason. Let's talk about the biggest reason this is happening now and not 10 years from now, COVID-19. COVID-19 has made a world that shut down production of almost every TV show, and even now, over the past couple months, production has slowly been starting up again, but it started with shows that had a small cast and crew, and is now transitioning into normal shows that are being produced with COVID in mind. The only shows that have kept going through all of this are animated shows that can be produced from home and shows that were entering post-production, which can also be done at home. So the real reason the Snyder Cut is happening is because it's almost entirely post-production that can be done remotely with the exception of a week or 2 of reshoots. HBO Max can have work done on the Snyder Cut while all their other shows are down. And so now they won't have such a massive gap in their release schedule between pre-lockdown shows and post-lockdown shows. So there you have it. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for the Snyder Cut? I know I am. Let me know down in the comments and subscribe for daily uploads on the geeky stuff you love. Bye.